Hey there everyone, it's Grace. Hey, I wanted to do a quick little video on how to do a successful Christmas gala or open house event, basically an event where you would invite either host or customers or both in the hopes of getting sales, bookings, and recruits. I want to apologize again. I was supposed to be doing this on a call last night and I came down with a pretty crazy migraine and all that kind of crap and completely forgot to put on there that I wasn't going to make it. So I want to apologize to those who took time out of their busy night to be ready and prepared and then I didn't show. So sorry for that. And thank you to Mary Ann Sarah who stepped in and she definitely fielded some answers. Thank you. You are amazing, Mary Ann. So thank you. But I definitely wanted to record a video. That way, instead of waiting till say next week to reschedule the call, so that you can watch this now and start getting your plan in action. And then you can always revisit this at any time. So I've done a Christmas gala, I call it, for my hosts. Again, you could do this for any of your clientele. Gosh, I think this is my 9th or 10th time doing one this year, and I love it. It's a fun evening. It's a great way for me to recognize my host and finish my new year off with some great sales and start off with a bang with bookings and new recruits. So grab your pens and papers and all that, maybe crayons if you've got toddlers running around like I do, and get ready to take some notes. So we're going to talk about, just to give you a little breakdown, we're going to talk about what you do beforehand to get ready, and then what to do during the event, and then the few steps afterwards to prepare for your next one. So the first thing you need to do is pick a date. I know that seems like so rudimentary, right? But I have so many people like, oh yeah, I'll get around to it, yada yada. And they just, that simple step, once you have a date, it's real. It's not just, oh, this thing I'm thinking about doing. So pick your date. This year it's 2016. We're doing it on December 12th. And I say we're because I'm partnering up with some folks. And that's another little tip to give you, is partner up with another person, a couple people, especially if you're a leader. It really shows those newbies or seasoned consultants how to do this, and it takes the work off of everyone involved. Some folks may be a little intimidated to do something on their own. Maybe others are brand new and they're just not quite sure how to do this. I mean, as leaders, we've all kind of cringed when we've heard of somebody, oh, I tried to do an open house and it flopped. And you're like, yeah, it was an open house, boring. So use this opportunity to show them how to do this. And even if you're new, you can still be the front leader on this and grab a couple of team members, say, hey, let's do this, and run with it. So get your date picked though, find some people to partner up with. And think about who you want to invite. Now, I've always done this for my past hosts for the year. I do invite a couple of my VIPs, like people who consistently spend quite a bit of money with me. Like enough that they could have hosted probably 2, 3, or 4 or 5 times during the year. That's how big their orders were each time. So, I mean, it's really your discretion. If you're brand new and you're like, I would only have 2 hosts because I just started, well, invite your customers then. There's no right or wrong, but kind of distinguish who you want to invite. And the biggest thing to let you know is you're going to see on my invite that I share, this is an exclusive event. I'm not telling people, oh, bring tons of friends, fill your car. First off, when you say that at any time, it just reeks of desperation. Like, I don't know if I'm going to have enough people. You want them to know that this event is going to be the talk of the town. So therefore, it is now exclusive. So they are only allowed to bring 1 extra person. I do this when I have any kind of events. I tell my host to state it this way. You want that air of, oh my word, it's like going to be the talk of the town. So they can only bring up to 1 extra person. The beautiful thing is when you word it that way, pretty much almost everyone brings somebody and you just doubled your attendance, okay? Next, you need to pick your venue. If you're just getting started, it's just going to be you or just you and another person, you can probably get away with doing it at somebody's home. The very first one I did right at my mother-in-law's home. It worked out beautifully. We actually had a snowstorm that day, and if you've ever been out here where I live, it was a feat, but I had hyped it up so much with people that I still had a good attendance because people weren't going to miss out. So pick your venue. It could be at a church fellowship hall. I've done that. I've used those a few times. A local community center. I'm currently doing it. I've been doing it for several years at a local fire hall. That's worked out beautifully, and it's nice because the money that's contributed to them, of course they have a fee. I know that I'm helping them out. Next, your invitations. Do not rely only on Facebook. That is so lazy. When you do that, you're sending the signal to people that this event wasn't even worth me mailing you something. Yeah. I have consistently always mailed invitations. Some years I'll throw mini catalogs in with them. Some years it's just, you know, the nice invitation letter. It's a full-size piece of paper. I get the pretty Christmas stationery, which I get after Christmas, like the day after, when it's all like wicked cheap. But you can still find it so reasonable. But you know, it will be an expense because you're mailing all of them, but it's an investment well worth it. This year I'm sending out well over 100, and I don't even blink at the thought of that postage bill because I know it really sends them the message that this is an important event. I do set up a Facebook event, which I will invite the people to after the invitations are sent. This event on Facebook is meant to supplement the invite. I want it to make it easy for them to RSVP to it because they can earn extra tickets when they RSVP by certain dates. I also want to have a backup place for them to get information on the event in case they lose their invitation. So like directions to the venue, things like that. But by no means would I ever rely just on the Facebook event. I think that's lazy, it's sloppy, and I personally never attend events that are only where they only send me a Facebook event invite. I just think it's rude. So that's my little soapbox moment. How about that? If somebody sends me a personal invite, then I'll attend. And like I said, I really want to make sure that they feel the love. A lot of times I will pick up the phone and say, hey, don't forget to save the date for this because you don't want to miss this. Or if I'm wrapping up a show, hey, don't forget, you're going to get your invite soon. People really respond well when they see you making that effort that you want them there. And it's not just oh, 2 weeks after the event, they happen to be scrolling down. Oh, look at that. I guess I was invited to that, huh? Yeah. Next, what to give? Because again, this is an event, you know, people are going to be looking for some kind of raffles, giveaways. That's going to be based off of you, how many people you think you have coming, what's in your closet. I know some of you have been in the business a while and you're like this close to being labeled a hoarder. So you would have quite a bit that you could give away and really bless people with. Others of you are brand new and maybe have only been selling a couple months. So you might only have like a little handful of people coming. You may not really even have anything in your closet. Let me speak to you, okay? If you only have a handful of people coming, you don't need to have $700 or $1,000 worth of loot to give away, okay? So I'm not going to put a price tag on what you should give away because I'm going to leave that up to your discretion and your budget. But what you can very simply do is hop on the outlet. I would say about 85% of the items that I'm giving away are things that I got in the surprise boxes from conference, which, as some of you know, are items that are discontinued. They're not available. And I hype that up. I tell people a lot of the things that I'm raffling off are items that you cannot order in our catalog anymore. And be like, oh, wow. So go on the outlet. For $100, you can really set yourself up nice. Okay. Also, you know, Black Friday is this Friday. Run a Black Friday sale, submit it as a party, and with those host perks, pick up some more items to give away. At the event, you know, you could have it where everyone who spends over 100 goes into a raffle. Anybody who books a party with you goes into the same raffle or signs up goes into the same raffle. And whoever's name is picked gets all the host benefits from that. You see, that wasn't anything out of your pocket right there. Again, to those who have really full closets, don't get greedy. Don't be like, oh, what if I give this away? I won't have it. Who cares? The whole purpose of this is to hype it up. And likely if you do have a really packed closet, you're probably going to have quite a bit of hosts and customers to invite. So when you can tell them that you have X amount to give away, it's really going to speak to them. It'll really do you a world of good, okay? But again, look at the number of people that you're kind of expecting to attend, your budget that you would have for that, and make good use of the outlet if you're really needing some items. You could even, you know, chat it up with some consultants who are on your, you know, your sisters and brothers and cousins, you know, that you see at team meetings that have been around for a while. Hey, do you have anything in your closet I could buy at you know, from you for like really cheap? I want to do this event, blah, blah, blah. This is also a really good reason why to partner up with people, because then it's not all on your shoulders. You know, I can tell people that, you know, my host Christmas Gala, I'm giving away over $1,000 worth of goodies. Now, a lot of it I'm giving, but, you know, the other girls that are contributing as well, so that ups the value. And then they can tell their people that there's going to be well over $1,000 worth of goodies given away, you know, so FYI on that. Next, I really recommend having something for everyone to go home with. you don't want anybody leaving empty-handed. You want them to feel classy, like it was worth their time coming out. You know, of course you're going to feed them, they're going to have fun, but give them something. The first year that I did this event, I went to the dollar store and they had packs of like 10 snowflake ornaments, and I just attached, it was like a mailing label, and I printed on one half and it just said, what did it say? Oh, it was some cute saying that I can't remember now. It was something like, thank you for helping me snow. I'm not going to waste time. It had a cute little thank you written on, or, you know, I printed them all off. And that way when I folded it, it was right there. It was on each snowflake. Everyone went home with it so they could hang it on their tree, remember the event. Now what I do is I give away the Pampered Chef calendars. They're still available on the supply order. Again, if you partner up with people, you guys can divvy up an order of those. For $1 and some change, I think it's well worth it to have everyone go home with one of those. It has my information on it, and anyone who signs up or anyone who books a party that night, we write their party date right in there for them, so they're walking out the door with that. And then anyone who signs up that night, I tell them they're going to get a welcome email and to write their 30-day and 90-day date right in their calendar. Okay, but it's a really nice thing. I like to have them right out on the tables as they come in so they get to their spot. It's right there. Menu, okay, so we talked about, you know, what are we going to give away, as for raffles, what is each person going to leave with. Menu, have a theme. The first year I did it, I didn't have a theme. It was all scattered. It was all over the place. I made so much work for myself. It was insane. One of my favorite themes is a dip off. So on the invite, it tells folks that they will bring a dip to share, and everyone's going to vote on their favorite, and that person gets a bonus prize. And your whole main dish is like covered because people get stuffed on dips, and then I provide, you know, all the crackers and the vegetables and graham cracker, every chips and all that, you know, and the desserts. This year we're doing something different. We're going to do soups and sips. So it's going to be all kinds of soups and breads and little finger sandwiches, and then we're going to have a hot beverage bar, and everyone is going to bring their favorite mug, and then everyone's going to vote on the mug they think is the best out of the room, and that person will get a prize. How they're going to vote is they'll all get a clothespin when they come in, and they'll just stick it to the person whose mug they like the best. They can't vote for themselves either. And then, sorry, something just came up. There we go. And then we're going to do a cookie exchange. Okay, so everyone, for every dozen cookies they bring, they're going to get tickets, and that just takes care of all of our desserts, because people nibble on the cookies, they'll have it with their, you know, their hot beverage, and boom, you know, we don't have to provide any desserts, and then people take cookies home. Decorations, you know, if you're having it in your home, you're probably already decorated, right? But if you're having it at like a church fellowship hall or a community center, fire hall, sometimes they can be a little sterile. I purposefully plan when to do my event because our fire hall does do like a present giveaway to local children. And that way I know it's decorated. They have a tree up, icicle lights and everything, but I want something for the tables. So, you know, you go to the dollar store, you get some printed tablecloths. This is also where it's really good. Plan that the day after Christmas, you're going to go shopping. If you have takeout day off of work, just take it now. But last year I scored really, really awesomely on my tablecloths, like 3 packs of snowflake printed tablecloths for, I think it was like 50 cents. But plan now, like if you are doing it at a venue like that, what, you know, ask them, do you put any kind of decorations up? You know, can I come by and give a look at it, you know, a week before to get an idea? Because you don't want people coming in and it's just blah. I've sprinkled candy down the middle of the tables, you know, mini candy canes, things like that. Really fun it up. I don't really recommend buying candy the day after Christmas and keeping it till the next year. That's kind of gross. But, you know, plan to have something. Okay, something else to think ahead on is games. I like to do an icebreaker. I do have name tags for everybody when they arrive, but I want them to get mixing and mingling. You're going to notice that the only thing that I'm sharing with this training is my invite. I'm going to expect you to do a little bit of legwork for this. You know, if I give you everything, then this is not your event. It's more like Grace Bott's event. The more you invest in this and come up with your own ideas, the more you're going to own it. I know anytime when I get something that's totally already done for me, I just kind of take it for granted and don't really give it my best shot. Just saying, I'm giving you the steps, but for some of these, you're going to have to come up with your own thing. So if you ask me, oh, can I have your icebreaker? No, come up with your own. Seriously, let your personality shine, or you can look online for different icebreakers. Mine is nothing more than I come up with a whole bunch of different fun categories. You know, find somebody who can name all 12 reindeer. Find somebody who knew, is it 12 reindeer? 6 reindeer? I forget. 12 days of Christmas, who already has their Christmas tree up, who waits till the day before Christmas to do all their shopping, just fun little things, who already has their party booked for the next year. There's about 25 spaces because, again, I have a bigger attendance, and they have to go around and get signatures. It's really fun, and then like the first 5 people that come up get tickets for the raffles, okay? You're kind of seeing a theme here. I don't really give away a ton of extra prizes. I'm giving out tickets that they can then use for the raffles that we'll do during the day of. But start thinking now what kind of games you'd like to play. Go online. There are so many. People say, oh, are they only Pampered Chef games? No, it's a party. I have other ways that I'm going to get them involved, to book and all that, which I'll share in a few moments. So that was all things that you need to start doing now. Okay, so kind of timeline it out depending on what day. And in case you're wondering, well, Grace, should I do it before the holiday shopping cutoff, or should I wait till after, or even after Christmas? There's that week between Christmas and New Year's. I've done them at all different times. It really depends, what you want to see. Like, do you want, to have everything in that they're guaranteed? You could say it's all going to be in for Christmas. Do you want to be, doing something that last week of the year? I do not recommend, I will tell you this, if you choose to do that last week of the year, don't do a cookie swap. People bring their old stale cookies. It's disgusting. I was like shocked. I'm like, really, people? There's no right or wrong time, though. I've done them at all different times. They've all been great successes. And people have given me good marks for all of them. I just prefer myself. I know if I was shopping for Christmas, I would like to know that it was definitely be in for Christmas. So keep that in mind. Okay, so to do the day of, sorry, I need to look at my notes here. You want to have a timeline for yourself, a to-do list, first off, that of everything you need to do during that day. Maybe even like I do mine on a Monday, so my to-do list will comprise of what needs to happen Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Break it down. That way I'm not scrambling the day of. And then I will have a timeline for the evening. So for example, it really gets started at 6:30, but I have on the invite that when people show up by 6:25, they're going to get bonus tickets. So I know that I will have people walking through the door at 6. So I know that I need to have everything done by 6 o'clock. Okay. And then I break it down. So then really from 6 to 6:40, that's really just getting people in there, welcoming them, getting them name tags, kind of little registration line, if you will, tickets. Around 6:45, I might put, that's when we're going to do our icebreaker. Okay. And then what time do you want your first game? Okay, and then have these things, whether it's on a sheet in front of you or you have a big chalkboard so everybody knows what's going to happen. It's up to you. One thing I do with the raffles is this year, what I will be doing, I should say, is they're all going to be set up smallest value to greatest, and we will start with the smallest so that the very last raffles are the biggest value. So like the stock pot with a steamer, okay? Because then the hype builds, and the more frenzied they get for tickets. And one big way they can earn tickets is through placing an order that night. So I will make sure that on my end, I allot a good 15-minute segment just for order taking, okay? Because you're gonna have those last people that are gonna want those extra 20 tickets or whatever you're gonna give for that last, couple things, especially if they haven't won anything that night, okay? But have a timeline. Okay, this game is going at this time. This game is going at this time, okay? So things are flowing, okay? Now, also, you do want to have in there a definite hype about booking their party. So in the room, I have a designated area with my calendar. You can print off calendar pages. That's usually what I do because I do not like people writing in my calendar. I'm a little OCD about it. Or you can get a big poster board if you're just focusing on January. It's whatever you want. I let people pick anytime during the next year. So 12 calendar pages. I have my dates already highlighted. I have names already in there of people who already booked, and they can pick their date. Of course, they get more tickets the closer in they book. Okay. I will even put a hypothetical next date for the host Christmas Gala so they can see that for 2017. Just so they get excited again. And then there's a product at that table that they can only get in on if they book their party. Okay, and they do get bonus tickets then for the other raffles. So they get in on for that raffle and then bonus tickets for the other raffles when they book their party. There's another separate section for recruiting. I've got my quick start bags, which are bags that have little goodies for them if they sign that night, and kit agreements right at that table, and a new consultant starter kit right there so they can see what they would get in one of the kits. And then again, they get bonus Buco tickets for a raffle that's only at that table for people who sign up, and then more tickets for the other raffles. I hope that makes sense. But I pick times during the gala that I hype these up. So I'll do a little shout out for bookings, okay, for getting in my calendar, and allot that next 10 minutes to go over and help people, get those dates chosen. And then I will do a question and answer activity also during the night. Ask me any questions, earn tickets for the raffles. And let me tell you what, because this isn't like a home party type setting and they see all those raffles still staring at them, the tickets flow. And I consistently recruit people at these events by doing that. And then I point out, hey, you get it on this raffle. Let's get your kit ordered tonight. And let's think about this real quick. Because some of you are thinking, oh, well, if they order it there, they're not really going to do anything between now and then Christmas and blah, blah, blah. Well, think about this. Okay, and these quick start bags that they will go home with that night are going to be very intentional. They're going to have catalogs, order forms, recipe cards, holiday flyers, mini catalogs, basically everything they're going to need to get started, because I know they're going to be in front of a lot of people, even like out of town family. So it's going to make sense. Order your kit now, right? So that you can be passing around these catalogs and all that. Start collecting orders now, because that way on January 8th, you're getting your first commission check before your credit card statements even arrive from all your Christmas shopping. Okay, let's pay off some of these. And usually Pampered Chef gives them extended period for their new consultant rewards for people who sign up in December. I can't verify that because we won't know until December 1st. But they've done that consistently for what, like the past, 8 or 9, 10 years, right? Maybe not that long, but anyway. So they're going to have extra time to earn those. But, it really makes sense. Get them started. Send them home with some items, paperwork items, so that they can start doing it now. And that way their kit comes in, they've got more paperwork items. So when they see Aunt Kathy, right, she's coming early for Christmas. Aunt Kathy lives in Michigan. We live in Pennsylvania. Hey, Aunt Kathy, I'm doing this. It's so fun. She's like, I love Pampered Chef. You're like, I know. And it's like, will you do a catalog show? Oh, for sure. And that way you don't have to mail that packet to Aunt Kathy because you just saw her in person. You see, it's like just really savvy. So get them signed up at your host Christmas Gala right then. Send them out the door with some items so they can start doing business right away. Okay? Help them, help them, help them. You like that? I hope so. Okay. So again, have your timeline for the night so you know what's happening, or afternoon or whatever time you're doing this. Giveaways, again, save the best for last. Okay, you don't want anybody skipping out early, and they won't when they see that the best things are last. Let's see, we talked about have a special items just for those who book or sign, okay? And definitely have special areas for these. You don't want them to get jumbled in, and really decorate up these areas. You want to draw a lot of attention to them and make sure those areas are ready to book people, ready for people to sign up, okay? So think through your mind, okay, if somebody comes to that table, what do I need to have there in order for them to book? Probably need a pen or a marker or something to write down. Probably need some calendars, a calendar with, the dates that I have available, right? What do they need to sign up? Well, they probably need to know what the kit options are, right? Things like that. Okay, let me go back to my notes, or else I'm going to start going on rabbit trails. So you have your itinerary for the night, and base this around what you really want to see from the evening, my friends. Okay, so I would say that, number one, we want them to have fun. We want them to leave this event feeling like they definitely want their invite for next year, right? We want to see some sales. So, when are you going to be your key order taking times? And do you want to have a family member attend? My mother-in-law, my niece, and most likely my husband will be at this event. I'll have the little guy go over to a neighbor's or something like that, while the event's happening, because I want those extra bodies there, and I would trust any of them taking orders. Okay, so have somebody else there that can do that, so if somebody wants to place an order, but you're in the middle of doing the question and answer, you don't feel compelled to run over and do that, okay? Have some extra help come, okay? You can even, throw them a little Pampered Chef product for helping, or give them a bonus kiss, whatever. Okay. What else do you want? Do you want to see the bookings? Okay, well then, how are you going to structure your night so that you're making sure you're talking about, getting that? Do you want to see recruits signing that night? What are you going to do? You really want to think this through. What do you want those results to be? And then think, okay, well, if this is what I want, then these are the actions that need to happen during the night to ensure that. Okay, so now we've come through the whole event. People have eaten your amazing food. They've played the games. All your prizes have walked out the door. You've gotten bookings. You have some new recruits. You've got amazing sales. So what do? Here's what you do. First off, end on time. If it means you have to cut a game, you cut a game, okay? But you end on time. People have work the next day most likely. You know, they've got kiddos to get home to. If you tell them the event goes till 8:30, it needs to go till 8:30 and not 8:45, okay? I've really been conscious of this, and people have really thanked me for this, especially because they do have a little drive to get to me. Most people drive around 30 minutes to an hour and a half to come to this. I thank them again. I thank them at the beginning for coming. I thank them at the end. And I ignore everything in the room. So yes, I realize now that I've got all this cleanup, right? I ignore it all. I put my body right by the door. And every single person that goes out that door, hold on a second. Go ahead, Adley, but Mommy's making a video. Do you want to say hi to the girls real quick?
Yeah.
Here, right up here to the video. Say hi.
Hi.
Wait, you got to get your face in. Wait, come over so you can see. Say hi.
Hi.
Say happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Say it right.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Very good. Okay, let me finish my video. Get out of here. I put my body right at the door. Everyone gets a hug. Everyone gets a thank you. Everyone gets a Merry Christmas. I just want them all feeling the love. You know, hey, did you get cookies? Make sure, you know, if you brought a container, did you get that? You know, thank you for coming out. Can't wait to party with you this next year. Did you get your calendar? You know, I don't, all that mess and all that's in the room, that will get taken care of. You know, I don't want them just walking out like, okay, whatever. You know, I want them to know that I really appreciated them coming. Okay, don't get so caught up in cleanup at the end that you forget the whole reason why you had this. There was another thing I was going to tell you, and I just totally forgot it. Oh, well, it'll come to me, maybe. And so then after everyone is leaving, you know, everyone has left. Hopefully you have some helpers to help you clean up. Jot down some quick notes. Okay, so what did you learn? What are some things that went really well? What are some things that, okay, definitely we're going to tweak up for next year? Just jot that down now. You know, with the food, did I have enough soda? Was that spot on for this size crowd? Did I kind of run low on this? Was it way too much? Like, I learned the first year that I did it that I had 4 times the amount of dip that I ever would have needed, because I got so frenzied thinking, oh, I'm not gonna have enough food, that I literally quadrupled like all the dips that I made. And you really never need that much buffalo chicken wings. You know, did you run out of something? Did you forget something? You know, one year I ran out of tickets, so now I know to buy extras. Okay, so just jot down some things that you learned, so that they're fresh for you next year and that you can revisit that. Now, a little bit of cost savings. I will tell you, tickets, the cheapest I found is Walmart. I do buy the double. That way people can just look for numbers. And then I have bucket, bowl, whatever, that we put all those tickets that we use from the night, and then I just reuse them at shows and all that during the next course of the year. And I use them like single, and people write their names on the back. So you get double use, okay? A roll of, what is it, 2,000 is like $6.44, something like that at Walmart. Don't go to the dollar store. They, first off, rip horribly, and they really are not the best bang for your buck. If you want printed plates, Sam's Club honestly is not the best place. I love Sam's, but the dollar store is actually your best price for your plates. If you want printed, if you don't, if you just want regular styrofoam or whatever, I've done that, just gotten the plain, gotten the big packs at Sam's because they're the cheapest there, and then I leave the extras at the venue with a little card that just says, hope, you know, you can use these up, that, you know, blah, 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 just as like a little giving back to that venue, you know, and same with cups and all that. That's really bothering me that I had something in my brain and I cannot remember what that was. I think it was something with the tickets. And there it goes, just poof, like right out of my brain. Can't even, oh my word, more coffee. And then last but not least, definitely, oh, I remember what it was. Yay, go me. Orders, okay, for the order taking. Anyone who attends, I pay the extra in the direct ship. So they pay the $5.25. I'm in the pilot program, so they have to have it direct shipped anyway. But I pay the extra in the direct ship on any orders. So if it's, you know, a $75 order, I'm paying $2 out of pocket. Anybody who hits $75, you know, it's fun to give them a little extra bonus, maybe like a spice or a rub, and say, hey, thank you for helping me spice up the sales at the gala. Ha ha ha, right? Excuse me. I'll have my $100 bag there so that they can pick goodies out of there once they hit that $100. Okay, and a $100 bag, for those of you who maybe new, is nothing more than a bag with little $2 to $3 items. I buy them on the outlet. That way I can tell them they're exclusive for people to write through and take home. Okay, I'm so glad I remembered that. And of course, they get extra tickets for ordering as well. And then for planning for next year, again, it is goal to go out the day after Christmas to score your tablecloths, your decor, your stationery for the invitations. I mean, I unfortunately last year couldn't find the plates and cups and all that. They were just gone. But that's okay. But if you can score those kind of things, put them in a tote, have them for next year. It's just priceless, you know, because then you're all set and you got it at a fraction of the cost. And even if you partner up with somebody and they've got stuff too, well, you just mix and mash. It's like fine. But hopefully you learned a few things from this. Remember that the biggest things, make it exclusive, make it fun, reward for what you want to see happen. So give tickets for RSVPing and showing up on time and ordering and things like that. And you'll really see the success. But get it planned now, my friends. You'll have so much fun with it. And who knows, you might be doing a training on this 10 years from now for others on your wild success. And please let me know how yours goes. I would love to hear, you know, what you ended up doing in addition to what I told you about, little tweaks that you made on it, because let's just face it, it's always a learning game. Thanks for watching.